Hi, my name is Mike from Sign Business Books. With this video, I'm going to give an overview for the guidebook, How to Draw Attachment Details for Electric and Non-Electric Wall Signs. This book contains typical examples for mounting details and section views that must be drawn for an electric and sometimes for a non-electric sign project before it can be installed. This guidebook was designed for graphic designers that are new to sign design, and this book may also be used for experienced sign designers also. This reference book is approximately 57 pages and has 12 chapters. 22 years ago, I started this journey of using print media and video to create sign business training and reference content. I do this because there is very little educational material available, and the sign industry can be wildly inconsistent. Although some believe that copy and paste is the solution for sign design and drawings, it simply doesn't work that way in the real world. We know that learning is a lifelong endeavor for any subject, and the sign industry is no different. No single person has all of the answers. While the technical standards and common methods I show in this book and I provide, I trust each person will integrate this stuff and use it and format it the way they want to use it for their needs. Thank you very much. For more information about learning sign design and sign drawing layout, plus the sign business, check out signbusinessbooks.com for updates regularly. Okay, so let's talk the table of contents. Chapters 1 through 5 cover some of the basic and fundamental things a designer should be aware of to get a better understanding about drawing and attachment detail. Chapter 1 covers visualization with sign design. Lots of graphics on that page, on that chapter. Chapter 2 covers what is a sectional, which is not a piece of furniture, by the way. Chapter 3 covers 4 main drawing components. What we do is reverse engineer the breakdown of an attachment detail. And Chapter 4 covers the basic electric circuit. Don't be intimidated, you don't have to know wiring. And Chapter 5 covers the actual attachment detail page. The table of contents also shows chapters 6 through 12, which is the meat of the book, which covers some of the most commonly sold sign types in the sign business. Chapter 6 covers 3 examples: a front-lit channel letter set, very common; a front-lit channel letter set on a raceway, another very common sign type; and a front-lit open-face channel letter set on a raceway, which I no longer design those. I used to in the past. There's still some signs out there. Chapter 7 will cover 3 examples: a backlit channel letter set, somewhat common; a backlit channel letter set on a backer, somewhat common; and a front-lit and backlit channel letter set, again, somewhat common. Chapter 8 will cover 3 examples: a traditional front-lit cabinet with a plastic face, very common; an aluminum sign cabinet with a rounded face with backed acrylic, very common; and an aluminum sign cabinet with a rounded face with push-through acrylic, very common. Chapter 9 will cover 3 examples: a logo light box, very common; a text capsule, very common; and a stylized sign cabinet, not so common but really cool to design. Chapter 10 will cover 7 examples of non-illuminated signage with some of the most commonly sold dimensional signage in the sign business. The first is a fabricated dimensional letter set or logo, a cast metal letter or logo, a formed plastic letter or logo, a flat cut metal letter or logo, a flat cut plastic letter or logo, a foam letter or logo, and a laminate letter or logo. Chapter 11 will cover 3 examples of miscellaneous sign types, most of which are not traditional mounting methods used in the sign business, but we show them anyways. And last, Chapter 12 will cover 3 examples of illuminated blade signs, which is also called a wall sign, a promenade style blade sign, a projecting style blade sign, and a vertical style blade sign, which is generally the largest sign in the blade sign category. Although this guidebook was designed for designers, it may also be used for salespeople to learn how to proofread this drawing type. Okay, so Chapter 1, titled Visualization with Sign Design. This chapter covers the basics of drafting, which is a key element with dimensional sign design which no one in the sign business talks about. This chapter provides enough examples to show the dimensional nature of sign design and sign drawing with exploded views and other aspects with the anatomy of different types of letters, especially the fabricated signage, which is perhaps the most difficult to understand for new designers. Chapter 2, titled What is a Sectional? This chapter covers the concept of a section view. The term sectional is a common, wrongly used term in the sign business. The correct term is a section view, and this chapter breaks all that down. This chapter provides enough examples to show a graphic designer how to visualize a structural cross-section, which is also fundamental to the part of dimensional sign design. Very important. Chapter 3, titled 4 Main Drawing Areas. This chapter covers the basic overview of a breakdown of the main elements or areas of an attachment detail. They are Area 1, the call-out. Area 2, the sign itself. Area 3, the surface the sign is being attached to. And Area 4, the electric source. This last part is not required to be shown with non-illuminated or non-electrical signs. Chapter 4, titled The Basic Electric Circuit. In this chapter, a designer does not need to be an electrician to become a good electric sign designer. This chapter was included so that a designer is aware of the basics of an electric circuit. All internally illuminated signs will usually have either LED modules as lighting components or neon tubing within the channel of a sign. Fluorescent lamps are also mentioned in this chapter. It should be noted a designer will usually never have to draw any of the diagrams in this chapter, but they should have a general idea of how electric signs are wired so they are not left in the dark about this subject. And just a quick note, this chapter is the longest chapter between chapters 1 and 5. Chapter 5, titled The Attachment Detail. This chapter only covers some overview information about sign permit drawings, the requirements and layouts, since an attachment detail is required for outdoor electric signage. Lastly, on page 26 of this chapter, there are 3 details shown for comparison so a designer can see the difference in how they look between LED modules, neon tubing, and fluorescent lamps, so they can see it side by side and know that those are the 3 main lighting components, but they only will be using mostly LEDs. So just a quick note, in some cases, for one reason or another, a designer will be asked to draw a non-illuminated sign detail. This book has those details. Okay, so here we get into the meat of the book. Chapter 6, titled Front Lit Channel Letter, etc. This chapter covers 3 examples of the most commonly sold front lit channel letter signs in the sign business. Each example is also a template, which you can use for your own drawings. You can see another video on how to customize these templates for your use. We'll have another video on that. The first example is LA Fitness with a photo of the finished channel letter set shown on the page. With the actual section view detailed diagram on the drawing, you'll see a thumbnail graphic called LA Fitness. That's line art. As a designer, you will replace this graphic with your artwork of a front lit channel letter set. So this is only for front lit channel letter set. Simply customize this drawing template for your use. Each chapter has a brief explanation of the details shown on the page. So on the left side of the page, there's a brief explanation with minimal verbiage. Because this guidebook was created not only to learn, but it's designed that you can use the templates right away. The example of the front lit channel letter does not, I repeat, does not have to be drawn just like this. These details in this book are to be used as typical examples. I tend to overdo my drawings so they look pretty in depth. Example 2 shows Wasabi Japanese Grill, which is a logo graphic, a channel letter set, and a text capsule all on a raceway. This is a common style sign sold to retail business in many cities in America. Example 3 shows Famous Days Barbecue, which is an open-face front-lit channel letter set, but the subcopy is a regular front-lit channel letter set, each on their own raceway. These 3 examples can be reconfigured any way you want to use them. It should be noted, unless someone asks you in your business, it is not required to show wiring for electric signs. You do not have to show wiring with attachment details unless someone asks you to do so. But I would learn how to do it anyways. Chapters 7, 8, and 9 may be regarded as the same way as Chapter 6. You can use these templates and details for your own and customize them. But remember, These are typical examples. The examples shown in this guidebook are some of the most commonly sold sign types in the sign business. With a few of the details, the purpose of showing a brick wall or projected building awning was to show a designer the various types of surfaces that a sign will be mounted to. Chapter 10, titled Dimensional, Non-Illuminated Letter or Logo. This chapter covers 7 examples of the most commonly sold non-lit dimensional letters and logo types. They are a fabricated dimensional letter or logo, a cast metal letter or logo, a formed plastic letter or logo, a flat cut metal letter or logo, a flat cut plastic letter or logo, a foam letter or logo, and a laminate letter or logo, which comes in 2 different variations. There may be more, but there's 2 main ones. Chapter 11, titled Non-Illuminated Letter and Logo, Miscellaneous. This chapter covers 4 examples of some odd sign installations in the business environment. This chapter shows several details that are not commonly found with sign installations, and you can see that chapter 11 examples are not common or traditional sign installations. But note, there are times when you'll be asked to draw these not so traditional attachment details, so I'm showing them in this chapter as an afterthought. Chapter 12, titled Illuminated Blade Sign. This chapter covers 3 examples of the most commonly sold blade signs. The one labeled Promenade was formerly called a pub sign. Some drinking establishments in the past used this type of sign. These signs can be seen with walking districts where pedestrians can easily view them. The example of a projecting blade sign projects furthest from a surface. The vertical blade sign is the tallest and in some respects the largest. A designer should note that with drawing sign types, how you lay out your drawing is up to you. These sign detail drawings layouts are shown to provide some of the best use of page space that will make your drawings readable. Avoid clutter with your drawings as much as possible. You can use these details for your own and customize them. Again, you have the liberty to draw your drawings the way you want to draw them. The examples shown in this book are typical examples. A summary about this guidebook is this. This book was intentionally designed to lay flat in front of a designer and lays out to about 32 inches long to speed up learning and reference. This book is also designed with as many graphics as possible to speed up learning and to be used as reference. This book is also designed as a single subject matter guidebook to speed up learning and to be used as a reference. Because today, no one has time to waste. So thank you for your interest with Sign Business Books, and you can contact me today. My email is signbusinessbooks@gmail.com, and the website will be updated regularly. And if you contact me, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And thank you for your interest with Sign Business Books. You can contact me today, and my email is signbusinessbooks@gmail.com. If you contact me, I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. And remember, sign design should be aesthetically pleasing to the viewer, but your design should also be visible and readable. Thank you for watching.